Today, I'm excited because I just finished the first mentorship class that I ever had. Since opening the book, there was a lot of demand for it. And I've got Ron Douglas here with me, and it's really great. Thanks for being on, Ron, and sharing your experience.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. Was that your first class?
That was the first class I've ever held.
Oh, wow. You did really well. It was really good.
Thanks. So the book, Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate, I came out with, and it sold very well, and people liked it, and it got a lot of attention to my channel. And Ron, how did you find me anyways?
Well, honestly, I'm a business coach myself, so I can spot a good mentor right away. And I kind of went through the gamut, very similar. A lot of people you've mentioned on your channel, I kind of went through already and was like, no. And
Yeah.
so I can spot a pretty good mentor, I think, and as soon as I hit your channel, I knew right away. And actually, you're the only one I subscribed to right away. I was like, yep, this is the guy. And so I started watching it. I bought your book. I actually have, we're expecting number 9, my 9th kid.
Wow.
And so I bought a copy of your book for all my older boys. So each one of my boys have a copy of your book, and we brainstorm on that. And they live in different states now, and they're actually buying real estate now through that book as well.
Wow. So you've got quite a range if you got adults down to a newborn, right?
Yeah. My oldest is 24, and my youngest is due in December.
Wow. Congratulations.
Me and my wife got married when we were young. So.
Wow. Well, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's really cool.
Thanks.
And the thing is when I made my book, that's kind of what I was doing as well. Didn't work out very well. I was trying to lay the groundwork for my kids to follow, because I got 4 kids, and I got adults ranging from 25 down to twin boys that are 17, and so I'm glad that you liked the book, and it's pretty lean, right? Wouldn't you agree, or what do you think?
Yeah, and that's what I like. I mean, I hate reading a chapter or 2 of a book before we get to the meat.
Yeah, fluff they call it, I think.
Fluff, yeah. I hate fluff.
So give me the steps through it. You found me through one of the other gurus I was picking on or something?
And I saw his videos and actually other people that you've diagnosed on here. It was the same thing. When I watched your videos, I thought just like you did, and I thought, this is lame. This is not right. And so anyway, when you said it the same way, I was like, okay, this guy, him and I think a lot alike. But yeah, it's like it's the same as you. It's like, show me the proof. You've been doing this for how long now? Come on, Grant, show me the proof. Well, that's one of them. But yeah, show the proof.
I think a lot of these guys can't call each other out because, like I said, they're playing the same game. So
yeah.
but man, I was very impressed with you because Ron, he bought the book, and then after he got the book, he was one of the guys that wanted to have the mentorship going. And so when I offered up the mentorship, he and a bunch of people signed up, and we had a really great, serious group. I really liked the group. The Q&A was awesome. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree. That was probably my favorite part. The Q&A. Because I learned so much in the book, and then, well, actually a lot of it was good. I mean, even when you went through the classes, I still picked up a lot more, and I kept taking notes, and then actually that would open up questions for me in the Q&A. So then you giving us a chance to ask those questions was great. And and some people aren't ready to buy real estate. I was ready. I've owned over 40 companies, so I'm trying to retire and shut down here, and I'm trying to just put my money in safe places. And so I'm not messing around. I'm out there making offers and doing it and getting it done. But I didn't want to do it until I had a pretty good idea how to do it, but I really wanted to hear from somebody that's done it, and just to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. And there was a lot of little things in there that I would have overlooked had I not taken your course.
So you got the book, and then you took the mentorship. So the mentorship, the class, whatever we want to call this thing, it was worth it to you, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I made that back on the first deal. That was a drop in the bucket. Yeah.
And because Ron was interesting, because Ron, he was making deals before the last class, right?
Oh yeah. I think I bought 3 houses before the last class.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. So how many have you bought now? Have you gotten to 4?
Yeah, I think we're up to 7 now.
Wow, that's
So,
awesome.
but I had started buying something after reading your book, and then you made the, like I said, I don't mess around. I actually right now I own 21.
Wow.
So I started right after I read your book. I didn't want to buy anything until I read the book. So I read it first. Then I quickly sent it out to my boys, and then I just started buying. And then you made the mentorship available. I was like, hey, I've learned so much from the book. I've got to be able to learn more from this. So I jumped on that, grabbed that, and I bought 3 more during the mentorship, and I bought 4 more since the mentorship. So yeah, I bought another 7. So.
And so how do you know that you bought right? You're confident you got a deal because
Yeah.
from the cash flow, I assume.
Well, here's how I know I got it right. Because when I go to the bank to get these refis, because I've been doing a lot of owner finance and then I'll do a refi, the bank president asked me to have a meeting with them because they want to know how I'm getting all these deals, how I'm getting such good deals on real estate.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's like, how are you finding these? He goes, this house is worth 150. How did you get this guy to give it to you for 60? And I just laugh.
Oh. And you bought houses and duplexes?
Mostly houses. And I bought 2 duplexes and 1 triplex.
Well, obviously, if it's worth 150 and the bankers, I mean, if you're hitting appraisals of roughly 150 and you bought it for 60, and how many of these are bank borrowed money, and how many are just owner carry?
Well, they're actually 100% both. And so what I've done is I've taken my money and I put it down on an owner carry with a guarantee to refi it and get it out of their name in 90 days.
Oh, beautiful. Yep.
And so what I do is I go in and then I use my money to put new windows, new paint, clean up the yard, make the place look good, fix anything, because I'm buying some stuff that's a little bit depressed. And then, and so I put together a team of like painters and roofers and stuff like that. So I just call them, get them out there. For instance, that house that I got for 60, I got it for 60. I think we put 10 in it. So I had 70 in it. And I put 10 down on it. So I put 10 down on a $60,000 purchase. I put 10 into it, and then I quickly refied it. They actually refied that in 36 days, I believe it was, from the time I signed with the owner to the time he got his check.
And when you did the refi, did they hit that number roughly 150, or would they?
Yeah, they hit 152.
Wow.
So,
wow. So you were 70,000 in.
Yep.
And you basically, and what'd you end up pulling out? Just curious.
And so what I did is I went ahead and financed it for 100,000, and so that way it paid off him. It paid off. It gave me my money back and gave me a little bit more to purchase the next one. So that I'm trying to do my best to keep as much money out. Get as much as not get as much out, but get my money out that I put in. You know what I mean?
Well, even a little plus. It sounds like you got. Well, the deal is. So what's amazing about Ron, what you've done is that you bought it right. Like I say, as long as there's no bad real estate. There's just bad deals. And also that's one of the things I tell people: don't worry about a short-term payoff. So he promised him that he paid him off in 90 days. Well, that's fine. When you're buying something for half what it's worth, the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to sell it and double your money, right?
Exactly.
And so you did that, and then you still were able to pull out 30,000 on top of the money so you got all your money out plus 30,000, and you still have 33% equity in the property, which is a nice fat margin to have.
Exactly. And I'm renting it out for $1,200 a month. It rents for $1,200. And my loan payment, I think, on this thing is only like, because money's so cheap right now. I mean, I think my loan payment on it is like 4 or something, I think. And so it's cash flowing really strong. I'm looking at this as a business.
Take us through one of the other purchases. Wow.
I was scrolling, I found a duplex. I was literally scrolling and I went, he really only wants 80,000 for that? And I was like, that's too cheap. And I knew right away it was too cheap. And I went over there and I used another one of your things because I went over there and there was already 4 other people looking at it because it was too cheap.
You leapfrogged them,
I
didn't you?
leapfrogged them all.
Oh, that's awesome. Man, I tell you, it really is cool. So before we started talking, Ron said, "Hey, what's your game plan here?" And I said, "I don't know. I said, I'm just trying to pass on what I know." And, I kind of wrote it up for my kids when I wrote this book and made, I've been making videos for 3 years before I kind of got discovered and got my book out. But man, it's just kind of nice. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You're proof. You're proof that
Yep.
it can be learned, right? It can be learned.
It absolutely can be learned, and I knew this long time ago that, I've learned, and that's the reason I've done business coaching is because I've always known that if you get yourself a good coach, you can position yourself to do anything. I mean, honestly, you can do anything. You want to be a land developer, you want to be a business guy, you want to run a corporation, whatever it is you want to do, find a guy that's already doing it and really doing it, not like these fake gurus online. I'm talking about somebody really doing it.
Theory doesn't cut it. Look, I'm real harsh on other people because you can kind of see through people that have never done it. I can tell you, if anybody that's been investing any amount of time, they will have done 1031s. They'll be deferring their gains. They'll have stories like Ron has, and they walk it. And but the fact that you've been so successful so quick, I tell you, man, that it's really great. And can you look at, you're a business coach? Can you think of any other business where you can make such massive returns so quickly?
That's why, as a business coach, I hired you as a coach because because I'm honestly I'm done with businesses. I've had so many of them. I'm burned out on the whole employees and dealing with all that stuff. And I told my wife, I said, I want to own it. I want to see it. I want to touch it. I want to feel it. I can go down there and I can sell a duplex if I want to and get cash. I can sell them all if I want to. I can sell one. I want full control. And this, plus what you've taught me, and then moved over. And I'll tell you that leapfrogging one is I've made two deals now? 2 deals for sure. And I've actually used it in other business deals outside of real estate, and it's helped me there. So, and it was one of those that was just so simple that it was just common sense. You put it in an easy to think about form, and I was like, oh, geez, of course. Yeah. Why would I not do that?
Yeah. Well, and it really is, folks. It's common sense. It's common sense. That's all I've been doing. Look, I dropped out of high school, and I'm not saying I was dumb. I wasn't dumb, but I dropped out of high school.
I dropped out too. I dropped out in 10th grade. So.
But it's not hard. It's not hard. People thinks making money in real estate is much harder than it is, and really it's just common sense. And I don't know what your thoughts are coming away from it, but you've put it to test like nobody else has. I mean, what do you think?
There was honestly at the end of the day, I'm still learning obviously, and I'm still going through it, but there's nothing that you didn't put in there that I felt like I needed. Everything, it was a package deal. Everything that I got, I used, and there was not, again, no fluff. There was nothing more, nothing less. I got exactly what I needed, and I put it to work.
Like you talk about coaches, I do appreciate coaching. I used to laugh at people that would have somebody in the gym. I just think, oh, you got your cheerleader with you, and I laugh about it. And but then one of my tenants, I've got a couple jiu-jitsu gyms that rent from me. And maybe you're going to have a third, it looks like. And I took up jujitsu. And man, what I realized is, when you're learning something, when you want to learn something new or something that's foreign to you, a coach, I have a whole new regard for mentoring because of that. And probably the only reason I proposed even being a mentor, from the request was because of what I learned in jujitsu.
Yep.
There's stuff that you're not gonna learn it from a book necessarily.
There's a very simple phrase I tell everybody: to do is to know.
To do is to know. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, because when you're teaching from theory, it don't work. And I tell people, look, The last thing you want to do is make a bad decision with your seed capital, buy the wrong thing, overpay. You could blow 10 years out of your 20s to 30s, you know, on a bad real estate deal, where not everybody's going to get the same result maybe as you, Ron, but your eyes are open, you see the opportunity, and you're feasting on it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, and I haven't, you know, now that you said that, it's a really good point. I probably should have done it before this meeting, but I haven't added up all the equity and all the properties I've bought since buying your book to see how much I've actually, you know, increased my wealth. But
Well, it
it'd be
sounds like,
interesting to see.
yeah, yeah, well, share, because I mean, I've already done a little of the math, and it sounds like you made over $200,000. So,
Oh yeah, oh definitely,
yeah,
definitely have.
yeah.
So
We'll wrap it up here pretty quick, but I really appreciate you taking time. And I don't know, is there anything you want to share with anybody, or, you know, people that might be sitting on the fence, or people that are reluctant, or any fears? I mean, I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Well, yes. I mean, one is, you know, first of all, spend the money. I mean, it's so cheap. The book is $10. Come on, you know, get the book. I mean, and if you can afford the class, do the class. The main thing is to focus on, especially people that are new at this, that are having, you know, they're coming in with very little cash. You know, focus on your owner finance chapter, focus on your leapfrogging. I think, you know, and below market. I mean, you've got to get it below market, because if you get it below market, you making money. I mean,
You'll find the money. You'll find the money.
yeah, exactly. And so that's not a problem. Finding the money is not a problem. People will come out of the woodwork if you say, "Hey, I found $100,000 house for $27,000." You know, I mean, people will come beat your door down to come give you the money. That's not a problem. The problem is finding the deals, and you've got to. In order to do that, you've got to do your homework.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. Well, Ron, I so appreciate you sharing with other people. You know, when I was first doing this stuff, and I didn't share with anybody everything that I knew, and everything I mean, information's power. And somebody asked me the other day, and it was a really good question when I was on live the other day, and they said, "What's the biggest deal that you've lost money on?" And it's not the biggest money I've lost is missing opportunities.
Yeah.
It's hesitation. Hesitation has cost me millions of dollars. Now,
Yeah.
fortunately, I've made tens of millions, so I don't feel so bad about it. But there's a couple of them I drive by once in a while, and I still go, oh.
Yeah. It's the ones you missed. You bug you at night. You know. So you know. I know my wife's like, you've made so much. Why are you worried about you? You know, you bring up this one deal that you missed out on, because it bugs you.
man, Ron, thanks a lot. I really appreciate you so much, and you've proven my theory that you know, it can be taught and it can be learned, and you're a testimony to it. Is very much appreciated, and other people get hope out of it too. So,
yeah, I got so much out of it, Tom. Thank you so much, because, like I said, you know, I knew I could do it, yeah. But I just wanted to know from somebody that's done it, yeah. And it was the little things that you threw in that book that just made all the difference, and made me that much more confident when I went and got the deals.
Right. Well, I appreciate you, and the fact that you bought 10 books, one for each of your kids. I mean, that's a great testimony in itself. So, hey, yeah. All right, Ron. Well, I'll see you in class, or I'll see you. We're gonna do a Zoom meeting here Saturday, and you see some of the new students maybe. And
okay.
Anyways, thanks a lot.
You bet, bud. Take care. Thanks a lot. Take care.
See ya.